So today we're going to talk about website. Yes, I know it's almost 2026 and you'll probably be asking yourself the question, do I still need a website? The way we see it here at Edge, your website is your main digital foundation of your business. All your marketing and advertising generally leads to your website before they even come to your store or place of business or call you. So a website has a lot of different jobs it needs to do. It needs to provide information, capture leads, and be a good representation of your brand. In other words, it has to make a good first impression. Welcome to the Marketing Minute podcast. I'm your host, Peter DeWitt, and with me today, we have our very own Jason Neal.
It's me, yes.
Our web developer here. Welcome, Jason.
I'm welcome to be here. Greetings and salutations.
Yeah. Awesome, Jason. So yeah, you've been with Edge for a very long time, even before time began. You were already creating website, weren't you?
I've been around long enough, yeah. Through company handover and stuff, I came along with the transition. So I came with the package.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's wonderful. You're a very valuable portion of the package.
Yeah.
So, but you were doing some HTML, Dreamweaver, like old style web development way back in the day already, right?
Oh yeah. Like I got into this back when my dad was like in talks with a colleague back in Edmonton.
Yeah.
When I had been like a teenager, 13 or something, and gave me a HTML coding for dummies book and just let me at it. And that was my first paid website as a kid.
So. That's awesome. Yeah. So you were 13 years old when you started developing.
Like that,
yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that's amazing, guys. Jason's probably one of the most knowledgeable full stack developers in.
Ooh.
Well, what do I say? The world? No.
Ooh, I'll humble myself. I won't take credit for being too smart. But.
So let's start with Central Alberta. So yeah, today we're going to talk about websites and why they're still important and how we're going to go to the process. We have a few things that we want to discuss. And this is really what you work on a daily basis. So
yeah, live and breathe the code.
Exactly, right? So yeah, before we get started in some of the questions, topics that I want to cover, like what is one of the most memorable website projects that you've worked on? I mean, you've done a lot, so
yeah. Like I've had my hands on pretty much every site that we've produced, and a lot of time and effort goes into each one to make it unique and stand out for each client in their own ways.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
I have to say, like, the most memorable one that I've been pondering about was like probably a site we did for a precast concrete company in southern Alberta.
Okay, New Jersey, actually, USA.
Sorry?
It was in the US, New Jersey.
Yeah, that one actually. There was a season we did lots of concrete sites. Yeah, actually, both of those were pretty fun projects because the need that they had and the desire that they had, we met at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
But to get there was sort of this challenge of like testing like our what we've been doing and what we need to get into doing.
Exactly.
And sort of growing our skill sets.
You were pushing your boundaries, which is
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good if you're not growing.
No, exactly right.
Like on a personal level too. So it's kind of a cool challenge.
Yeah.
And that's kind of.
Yeah, and it turned out really well. So that's cool. So yeah, I think I don't have an exact tally, but probably I'd say 600 plus websites now.
Yeah, something like that. So trying to remember like a feature one is like, they're all great.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Or I enjoyed working on all of them. So.
No, exactly right. So and some of them we haven't touched for the last 15 years either, which is kind of interesting, right? So
yeah, actually, yeah, that even just sparks like the sausage producer.
Yeah,
that we did a website for. Like I designed that back in 2013 or 14 or something.
Yeah, exactly right.
It was successful, and then she came back. The owner came back to have it reworked, and then came back a few years later to get it reworked again. So
exactly right.
That's really cool. You build something that has an impact.
Yeah.
And then it actually just comes back so you can make it better and better and better. So.
Exactly, and that's kind of part of why we do what we do, right? Like
exactly.
It's yes, we build stuff, but really we help small businesses be more successful, grow their business, and put their best foot forward when people look at them online, which is a lot, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, like one of the topics that we talk about with our clients is, okay, having a beautiful looking website is very important, right? But it also needs to convert more clients. Ultimately, most of the clients come to us because they want to grow their business or at the very least sustain what they have. So, what are some of the things that you can think of that we've implemented to kind of make that happen? Like to be, what are some of the elements that we've added over the years that helps our clients to convert more clients?
Yeah, that kind of leads me to like a thought of like the whole, like what's more important, aesthetics. Like, oh, I just want a pretty looking website.
Yeah,
like that's fine, but what are you going to do with that?
yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, you have to put your messaging in there. You have to put your content in.
Yeah, exactly.
The user experience of things too. Like, if you're just building a pretty looking website, you're going to be sacrificing a lot of the sort of that kind of meat and potatoes that people are actually looking for. Like,
no, exactly. Yeah.
You know, actual like information, call to actions. Like,
Yeah.
how do I contact you about your service? How
Exactly.
do I?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? What services do you actually provide?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like because we all know like people have very short attention spans, right? Like within
like
literally
impressions are huge.
Yeah,
those first impressions. And
exactly right. So we only have a couple seconds basically to figure out like who are you? Can you solve my problem? And how do I get in contact with you? Right.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, that we try to keep that in mind. And
Yeah.
at the same time, things need to look proper. A lot of our clients are getting judged on what they look like online, and I know it's not fair. But that's kind of 60% of the research oftentimes before they contact you is already done online. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, and that's kind of like, you could have like a really powerful first impression. Say like, go to like the latest iPhone product page.
Yeah.
You scroll there, it's like an indefinite scrolling experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're getting an input on like, oh, here's the phone. Go back to that site a week later and try to find that information again, and it's impossible because it was all about that first experience. It was never about a repeatable journey.
Exactly.
So we try to steer away from that because that can actually be detrimental for people trying to find actual information.
Yeah, exactly.
And it turns out the information they wanted was in that little tiny link that they couldn't see
Yeah.
because there was a big flashy graphic on the screen.
No,
the
exactly
whole time.
right. So yeah, like the user experience is extremely important. So when we sit down with a new client, as you know, we really try to hash out, okay, like what are the goals that you have with this? Like why are you here? Like where do you want to grow your business? Who are your clients? What is the message? What's the problem? We always talk about the problem we solve for clients.
Yeah.
And that's the same for our clients as well, right? So if you're very clear about that, and again, you only have 3 to 5 seconds to get that message across, it'll be the difference between people sticking around and actually, finding out more about you or just leaving for the next website. So yeah, no, that's good. So the website trends, right? We talked about a website that's been up for 15 years. The design, let's talk about design first of all. So we do cringe a little bit when we see websites that we did 15 years ago, just be honest.
And they're still up and running. So like, hey, that's a testament to
exactly.
what we do. But
yeah, that's exactly right, Jason. So I mean, we created great value for this client, and the fact that it's been running all these years without very little maintenance and interference is actually is a good thing. But design trends do change over time, right?
That's
so
right.
what is your take on that? Like if you compare something you did, the way you would lay out things 10 years ago with how you do things now?
Well, I just harking back to like monitor sizes have changed. So even like design trends have changed, but also the hardware that people have been able to access websites on, not just like the introduction of the smartphone, but also just back when I built that first website, it was 800 by 600 was your square. You didn't have a rectangle screen. You had a square CRT monitor.
Exactly, right.
I'm sorry, I'm dating myself here.
I know all about it, Jason.
Yeah. But then since then, like, we bumped up the resolutions. Everyone's now up to like 4K, high definition Retina displays.
Most people, anyway.
Most
right?
people, yeah. But the trend used to be like 800 by 600. Now it was 1024 or something. Now it's up to 1080p. Exactly. Now the standard's up to 1440p.
Oh, exactly.
So your site can get bigger and bigger and bigger, or you can do more and more and more with the space that you have available on the screen. So from a aesthetics point of view, you have way more options and for making that space visually appealing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, so that's really good to know. And yeah, like, and then you mentioned mobile. We see upward of 60, so even sometimes 70% of all traffic to a website comes to a mobile device. So
Yep.
what your website looks like on a mobile phone is just as important as what it looks like on a desktop, right? So like, and sometimes we have kind of a mobile first approach, depending on the business a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about that? What that means?
Yeah. I've just always sort of been on the point where, hey, if your website can be responsive, it should be.
And explain the responsiveness
so
to
like,
our audience.
Way back in the day, there was if you wanted to have a load on your phone, you would actually have a separate mobile site.
Right.
That was like a clone copy.
Right. So now you had two websites.
You had two websites. You had one that was designed specifically for mobile and one designed for desktop.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can do all that through CSS and a lot of and some strategic like layout design.
Yeah.
Like this is in the structure of like your code to allow your site to basically just, if you just drag your browser from like wide to narrow, you'll see your whole site collapse and stack and change over.
Yeah.
And that's like, hey, that's a responsive design. It's gonna it's gonna work as best as it can on the great multitude of devices and resolutions out there.
Exactly, yeah. And then it's surprising sometimes to still see some straddler websites that actually are not mobile optimized. And then again, that's a real lost opportunity for this company, because nobody's really wants to go pinch in and pinch out to look at information anymore, right?
Well, that also came with like the whole designs have changed over time. So did structures and technologies in like how you build your frameworks and design your site. Because back in the day, responsive was like a feature ad. Like it was like it was like power locks on your car. Like you had to get the next model up if you wanted power locks or air conditioning.
No, exactly.
Now it's like, well, responsive is standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if it's not responsive, you're actually gonna take some losses and like search engine authority and
so that comes
metrics like
well.
that too.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, the aesthetics as well. Like I think a lot of the big companies that we follow have very minimalistic websites, right? There's very little information actually, but at first glance anyway. It's all very well clearly laid out with, clear call to action.
Yeah.
What does this company do? What is the problem we're solving? And how do you get in contact with us, right? And then if you stick with those three things, you're off to a good start of a layout. So again, that's the marketing behind the website development. So yeah. So what are some of the necessary functionalities? We'd already talked about the call to action. We talked about being mobile responsive. Can you think of some other things that's included in almost every website we do?
Yeah, like you can have like we were talking about like aesthetic first sites versus like sites that convert or like conversion oriented sites.
Yeah.
Both of those have trade-offs. If you can find a common ground between the two, you can have a pretty good tool, and that's kind of where Edge lands. You have yourself a navigation and brand identity that's quite clear. We usually use like a sticky header with a navigation built into it.
Okay, so it's easy to find.
So it's always there. Like if you're on mobile or if you're on desktop, you're not looking around the screen trying to find where's the contact button, where's I want to look at a gallery. Where's the gallery? Like,
exactly.
You can see the menu right there all the time.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, those hero banners at the homepage. They have like a introduction text with some not just fluff type like text and content, but like important information that actually gives you a clear picture of what this customer or this client, what the site's about. Yeah, how to get in touch with them.
Yeah, we call it the one-liner.
Yes,
the one sentence that actually sums up which problem you solve for which clients. So when people see that, they know exactly that's either for me, or they can say, "Oh, that's not for me. That's for somebody else," and that's okay too, because most businesses can't serve everybody, right? So it's really easy to be very focused, like you said, to be very clear as well. Instead of being clever, we recommend being clear.
Yeah, and then like further down the page, we also recommend having like actual photos.
Right.
Like supportive photos in the content. Along with like I guess not a run-on type page where like you got lots of content, lots of reading, because you're going to lose some people
Yeah. Yeah.
in the doom scrolling, as they would say.
Yeah.
But some focused content with not like ultra minimalistic.
No.
It's
No,
like
content is still very important. and
content's always king,
Yeah.
as they say. But
yeah. No, it's still very important. And now, of course, with AI, people using AI to search for information, that has added another aspect to the way we approach website projects, because the way we structure the navigation, the way we structure the content, right?
yeah, it's more important now than ever to follow certain hierarchies of
Exactly.
content display, like
Exactly.
your heading tags and
Yeah, and that's all kind of technical stuff, but that's some of the things
Yeah,
that we've been doing for years, and they actually still work. One of the things we found with AI optimization is all the search engine optimization best practices are still very valid. But now, in addition to that, we have some ideas around, okay, how can you structure content, like a bullet list, a summary of pages, and ChatGPT and the other AI engines just love that, because they can just take that snippet and serve that to their clients. So that's really what we've been working on a lot with our clients to keep their sites relevant and people able to find the website, right? Because nothing is more tragic than a beautiful website that has everything it needs,
it's just
everything
pretty to
built
look
in,
at.
but cannot be found by anybody online.
yeah,
right?
it's just too bad nobody could see it.
Yeah, so that's a complete waste of effort. So, yeah, we already talked about like being found online. So, you mentioned structure of the content is important, like the headings. Like, how does that work exactly?
Yeah, so like that's something that's been around forever. Like if you're ever looking at your website editor and you see like a heading 1 or heading 2 or H1, H2, it goes all the way down to H6. That's like your structured headings.
Okay.
Right.
So that's the hierarchy of the information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the rule of thumb is always have an H1. That's like your page title.
Okay, so that's the most important
That's
piece
the
of
most important.
content on the
That's
page.
defining, and it should be relevant. Like the text that's in that title
Yeah.
should be relevant. Like if
Yeah.
it's your services page, it's say, oh, our services or what we do or something relevant to that. And H2s would be content sections. So like, oh, this is like service 1, service 2, service 3. Those should be H2s. H3s could be supportive subheadings and so on and so forth with intermixed paragraph content in there that actually explains what's what. And
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, with like your bullet lists and all
Yeah.
that too.
Okay.
And that's with all this AI driven. What was it? I heard search engines are becoming answer engines.
Oh, okay, that's clever.
Yeah. So basically, people are just Googling what is the answer to this question,
Yeah.
rather than what website can I go visit for this
Yeah.
answer.
No, exactly.
So having those structured content
It's
nailed
gonna
on
be
your
very
website,
important,
it's going to be helpful for
Yeah.
those AI-driven results.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
then with those results, they should be able to reference the website as a source material.
Yeah, that's ultimately the goal, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's a thing now that people in our industry talk about as zero-click searches.
Yeah.
So they actually, instead of landing on a bunch of websites results from Google, they actually get a summary of the question they're asking.
Yeah.
And they basically don't have that satisfies their need, and that's basically the end of their search. So that's a bit of a problem, of course, if your business really relies on those clicks going to websites.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure this out. I'm optimistic that Google and some of the other platforms will find a way to monetize this, because that's honestly, with AI, the biggest problem right now. They're all bleeding money like crazy.
Yep.
And so I have a pretty good idea that they will probably allow us to do some paid advertising on their platforms, which will be helpful for a lot of our clients.
Yeah.
But again, we always used to be very focused on getting traffic to the website, and we still are. But now it's more, okay, like if ChatGPT picks up on our websites to actually answer the questions, then that's a big win, because oftentimes
you want to be that authority
exactly.
in that topic.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that's the case, then it should also have a side effect of bumping your organic results up as well, because
exactly. Yeah.
now you're becoming a trusted authority in that topic.
Exactly, right. So if you can package that information, that content in such a way that it's actually really easy for ChatGPT to read that, And that's kind of what some of the work we're doing behind the scenes. Schema, right? We thought schema,
Yes.
again, is a technical term, but it's a structured language describing content on pages, right? Is that a proper definition?
For the most part.
Okay.
It's super complex.
Yeah, it's pretty complex, but basically it's another avenue we have to tell the search engines and the AI engines what we're all about.
Yeah, this is where this website fits in the
Exactly.
world of websites
Yeah.
that you can navigate through. And
Yeah, exactly. So that was actually, at some point, that was pretty important for SEO, for search engine rankings, but now we find actually it's super important for ranking on the AI searches. So
yeah, because they all tap into the same data pools.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
of
So that's been
information.
interesting. So yeah, so that's really important, I think. So so how we talked about the website that's 15 years old, and I don't think we have quite a few of them. I think 10, 15 years old. But what is on average like a growing business? Like what's the rhythm? Like how many times do we need to review our website? I mean, we would like to say every year, but that's not realistic, right?
Yeah. I think I've always kind of leaned on hey, like your design is probably good for every 5 years.
Yeah.
Needing like a refresh of some kind.
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be like a full overhaul or brand change. But again, if your company goes through a brand change, it would be good to visit the site and see what improvements can be made to the visuals to reflect that new brand.
Yeah.
Whether you get like a color change or something. Or,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe a new logo and, a design element on the site doesn't match
No, exactly.
anymore. So now you got conflicting design.
Yeah.
That can throw people off too. As far as content goes, usually a stagnant website does take a hit on those organic results and those.
Yeah.
Oh, because the search engines are going to see that. Oh, I had this page indexed already.
Yeah.
And nothing's changed. It's been a month. It's been
It's
2
been
years.
10
It's been 10 years. It's all the
10
same.
years, yeah. Yeah, so
either this company doesn't really value their, you know, the information they're providing, or maybe there's just nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's a good point, right? I think the winning companies that are understanding this online world, or at least work on understanding it and working on it, they're going to be have a huge advantage. And I think the reality has been for the last, 10, 15 years, if you do not show up online, it's like you don't exist.
Yeah.
Right. And it's very unfair, because I know a lot of these business owners that run these businesses, and they're excellent at what they do. They have an excellent product, an excellent service.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And they have clients, but they're just not well known outside of their own circle, and that's kind of really limits their growth, right? It's almost tragic. It's almost, I feel bad for them sometimes, because I feel like you work so hard on getting all this stuff done. You're so good at what you do, but nobody else knows about it, and that's a typical problem that a lot of small businesses have.
Yeah. Well, and as much as like web design trends and things change, and search engines test out new technologies and try out new things as well, over that decade, one would say like, oh, hey, we do the same thing every day, but over those years, you probably did make changes.
Oh, totally.
And how you do things, or how you improve doing something.
No,
It's probably a way you could create a little bit of new updated information. Doesn't have to be like clear the website out and put some new write-up in there. You just
keep it up to date. And
tidbits and updates.
No.
That can be done through like blogs or like resource links and tools.
Yeah.
Or actual like changes to like call to actions on the homepage. Like, oh, hey, we got a contact us button on the homepage. Let's update that to like a request a quote button.
Yeah, exactly.
From time to time or something.
Yeah.
And just little things to improve.
Exactly right, and make sure things keep working, because we all know the platforms, the hosting where the website lives, it occasionally gets updated with all kinds of technical stuff that you don't.
Platforms updated, and making sure you don't have any broken search links.
Yeah, exactly.
That
right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. So if you put all this work into getting a professional website, making sure it ranks properly, but then, for example, and we've seen this. And it's again, it's kind of sad, but the contact us button doesn't work, or the form doesn't never get sent. So maybe there's people
periodic testing to make sure those things are functional.
So again, if you're a business owner and you're thinking about keep paying attention to your website. I think it's really important, and you don't have to spend millions to do it either. It's just a matter of having a rhythm, or work with somebody like Jason to say, hey, like once a month, we just spend a little bit of time on your website to make sure that we grease everything, we blow out the dust out of the vents, we put some new oil in there, right? Honestly, like that's the way I see a website. Is almost like a car that needs
it needs maintenance.
It needs maintenance, right? You can't expect something that was built 10 years ago to still,
to keep up with the competition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the latest edition.
Exactly. So it comes down to how important is this website to you, and that may vary. Like some businesses may be shutting down at some point. They don't really, pay that much attention. But our clients are really clients that small business owners that really want to grow their business. So that's why these things are important. So there's some tools out there, and I know occasionally we see some website built by the business owner or somebody on their staff. Like, what is your take on it? Like, so I'm talking about the Squarespace.
Oh, the DIY versus hire a pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So we're a little biased, of course, but honestly,
Yes.
but I mean, what's your take on it? Like, how does that compare to actually a custom built website?
There's a place for all of, like, for everything that's on the internet. There's a place for it.
Yeah.
Or at least when it comes to like web building and that, like Wix and Squarespace. I used to just kind of be like, oh, those, but at the same time, it's like they have a place. If you're a small business who, you reach out to like an agency like us, and it's like, oh, hey, our budget's a little too high. It's like, okay, that's understandable. That's respectable. Like, we're not here to break your bank either. So if we're a little outclassed for you, that's okay. There are all these platforms that are designed to help facilitate you getting into like the web. With a usually pain-free experience.
Well, that remains to be seen, right? Like, if anybody's ever tried to build their own website, like I know I have, and I'm not a technical person, but of course I work with technology. I know my way around, but I get frustrated pretty quickly, even with the easiest website builder. But you have to become the full stack developer, pretty much,
right?
Like, and that's kind of the
you're not just the designer, you're the coder, you're the content writer, you have to take all of the stuff into account that you haven't spent time in. And it's not a knock on you, it's just you're the pro in running your business. Yeah.
No, exactly. So like do I really want to spend the time learning all these things and getting frustrated and getting, and the result, I think, is not as good as if I would come to you and say, hey, this is the plan. Can you guys take on this project and build me a custom website? Like, because the other problem, and you can talk about this maybe a little bit, is all the cookie cutter templates, right? At Wix and Squarespace, for example.
Yeah, you're kind of locked into what they offer you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the template that you're taking for your business doesn't necessarily match your branding, doesn't match your style. Maybe it's close, maybe you like it personally, but do your clients like it? And then the other thing is, like, there's going to be thousands, if not millions, of other businesses with that same template. So and you notice, like, when we compare that to a custom website build and a cookie cutter platform, and again, we're not trying to be knocking these platforms; they have their place. But when Google has the opportunity or the option between, for search results, a custom, fully optimized website that is well put together compared to something that somebody did themselves, there's going to be you're at the disadvantage with the do-it-yourself option. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's pretty clear. Like, if you look at the metrics and the reporting, we've had clients in the past who have come from like Yellow Pages or the Wix, and you can actually sometimes, if we're able to, we can put a tracking code, like an analytics code in there, and actually have a look at the how the site was doing before we switched to the new site, and how the site was behaving after the new site, and the organic results are crazy. Like, how is it night and day? Like, I thought these companies were supposed to help you out. Yeah,
and what value does that generate for these clients, right? And that's always a discussion we have with our customers. Like, if you can get one more client to your business, what does that represent, like in dollars?
Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah. So it's definitely something that like that's in our opinion anyway is super important still. Websites are not going to go anywhere as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be your digital footprint for the foreseeable future.
yeah,
Can't look too far in the future, I know, but all indications are that that this is one piece of online real estate that you can own, right? Because you actually can say, hey, I own this, nobody else does.
yeah. I have a couple like little points here too on that. Like, you know, DIY is great for if you're like experimenting with stuff,
Yeah.
or if you have like an idea or a concept that you want to try out, test out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's revenue critical, you probably should
Yeah. Yeah.
not give it to a professional, but just like involve a professional, get
Exactly,
a professional opinion
Yeah.
on the matter.
Yeah. No, that's very good, Jason. So no, we covered a lot of. Do you have any other final thoughts or tips or tricks that we should know about?
Oh, there's lots. It's the web. The internet's huge, so there's lots
It
of.
is, right. Yeah, it's a large area. So we're talking to a non-technical audience. So
Yeah,
I think we covered quite a bit. So
I think so. I like to make the internet pretty.
Well,
Whereas I tell people, like, what do you do for a living? I color the internet.
okay, there you go. And then at the same time, we make sure that when we color the internet, it actually results in revenue for our clients.
That's right.
And they get more leads, more customers, because that's the number one most people are looking for, honestly.
Yeah. And in that looking, don't forget, folks, make sure your Google business profile is up to date.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's another.
Because if people are asking the internet for questions, for answers, I better hope that your business profile shows up, because that'll link it to your website too.
Exactly right. Yeah. No. So there's a lot of trust factors, a lot of things that come into play. So again, we're here to help. I mean, even if you do build your own website, like we can definitely give you some pointers and some, like our goal is really to help small businesses succeed through better marketing, and whatever we do kind of contributes to that. So thanks everybody for listening. Thanks Jason for coming on.
Yeah, thanks again.
So you can find Edge, edgemarketing.ca. We're on the social channels. You can even come to our head office here in Lacombe. The coffee is always on. And please subscribe to this channel for more marketing insights and tips that actually work for small businesses. The next podcast will be about search engine optimization and how AI plays into that. So that's going to be very interesting. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.